on Bitcoin daily chart, and you can say, well, where's 4%? 4% is that $6,100 support area that we just talked about. And then for Litecoin, 11% is really the bottom of this wick. So it's that channel that Bitcoin would be testing for that triple bottom area of support, which could be bullish support. What's up, everyone? So we definitely anticipated that little pullback in terms of testing support for Bitcoin and Litecoin. I think it's a very good first sign of possible bounce back up in the longer term, but we really gotta analyze this and watch this over the next couple of days to see if support holds. There are some levels to really keep an eye out for, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Just want to give you a heads up, we'll be traveling to San Francisco on Wednesday for the Litecoin Summit, so the next couple of days are going to be extremely busy for me in terms of getting ready for that, running business, and trying to also hopefully upload some videos. So if I miss a day or two, apologies, but gonna do my best. Let's jump into the video and talk about Bitcoin and Litecoin and what in the world is going on right now. So Bitcoin on the daily chart, you can see in that video, I said basically 4 to 11% pullback into this bullish support area would not necessarily be a bad thing, but could actually be a good bullish support area. So you see on the daily chart for Bitcoin, we came back down in this red daily candle yesterday, but in this new green candle, we're getting somewhat of a mini bounce, and it happened quite quickly, and we can go to the 4-hour and check it out. So we basically did that video the other day, I think somewhere around here, like $6,400, and you can see we came down, we wicked down around 5 to 6%, so right into this bullish channel that we targeted. But the other thing to really keep an eye out for is, and this is the 4-hour chart. So I have this trend line really going along these 4-hour closes in this potential triple bottom type of area. So right now, you can see we wicked down and we touched this trend line right around $6,100. $6,100, very important area of support in my opinion for Bitcoin. Something to watch out for if you want to watch on the smaller time frames for today, Sunday, tomorrow, Monday. So if you want to check out the 4-hour, the hourly, I think this is a good trend line to watch out for in terms of getting a bounce off of this area. And then if we break this trend line, then we got to be really careful in breaking this $6,000 and then testing this $5,800 area. So that $5,800 to $6,000 we talked about in the live stream the other day, incredibly important for Bitcoin to stay above that area in terms of just kind of staying within this triple bottom. And one of the reasons why we're really analyzing and looking at this potential triple bottom is, if you remember the other day, if you were on the live stream or you saw the video, you can really see we're really kind of likening it to an area of the bear chart, right? The bear market back when Bitcoin was kind of just jumping around at its bottom last time towards the end of that bear market. So you can see it really tested a certain area 3 or 4 times on the weekly chart. This is the daily chart, so let's just bring up the weekly real quick to really get an idea of what this looks like, if I can even look at this mess. So let me zoom in, and you can see this is really what we were analyzing, and it gives you a really nice idea of this. We called it like a quadruple bottom, right? 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then we bounced up. So that's kind of what we've been tracking in terms of that historical data and kind of trying to find some similarities there with Bitcoin. And really, it's happening way quicker, but it could definitely be in play in terms of Bitcoin on the weekly now. So let's go to the Bitcoin on the weekly now real quick, just to kind of paint this picture, and you can see what we're looking at. So here's Bitcoin on the weekly, and we have 1, 2, and we're kind of calling this like a third bottom, right? And that's kind of why we're really analyzing these areas of support in this channel right here for Bitcoin. Obviously, we really want it to hold. We really don't want to break that $5,800 to $6,000 channel. In terms of Litecoin, what's really interesting to see is we talked about, and you saw it in the intro of this video, Litecoin tracking really nicely in Bitcoin's footsteps in terms of, if you look at the daily, right, and percent losses, but also in synergy with actual support areas, you see we can take this length of this wedge here, we can kind of line it up with our target after breaking that wedge. And you can see from a technical analysis perspective, we came back really nicely, perfectly in alignment with Bitcoin support, and we hit Litecoin support at the same time. So we got that pullback. I think in that video I talked about $50 Litecoin being like a very key area of support. We didn't quite get there. We were in the $51 area range. But either way, I mentioned also not a bad area to accumulate if we did come back down there. So we did get down close to that $50 area. Not a bad idea to accumulate, but I also mentioned it really depends on your risk tolerance, and because it could be a little bit of risky of a play, because if support doesn't hold here and this daily green candle doesn't really turn bullish for us, and we actually continue down and retest 50, and the markets continue down, obviously you may be able to get a cheaper Litecoin in the coming days, but only time will tell. You can really get a good idea of what this pullback on Litecoin from this wedge looked like. So we can kind of measure the distance there and put it there. So now really in terms of what we're looking for between Bitcoin and Litecoin is not so much a breakout, but maybe even some just consolidation above these areas, right? So for Litecoin, that's consolidation and support. We might hop around a little bit between 51 to where we are now. So I wouldn't be surprised if price range wise, we come back down 5 to 6% and test this area again to really form some support. We want to form support. So Bitcoin, same type of deal. You can see our trend line, that's pretty crucial to us. So from where we are right now, that's around a 4% downside to retest that area. And this could be the start of lower low or higher lows and higher highs. So pullbacks aren't necessarily ever a bad thing unless we're starting to form lower lows. So what's cool is you can see we've actually been forming higher lows on Bitcoin in terms of this trend line support. So all we want right now is for that to continue. So that's what to keep an eye on for today, Sunday, September 9th. That's what I'll be looking out for at least. I just wanted to do this quick, nice little video, just a little update on price, kind of where we are, what we're tracking. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I hope everybody's having an awesome Sunday out there. As always, I will see you in the next video, and God bless.